You dig the modern rogue? Why don't you prove it by going to dollarshaveclub.com/rogue. When's the first time you had a whiskey sour?
Probably 7:30 this morning.
Ever? Wait, ever?
Oh, you mean ever? Oh, college, not today. You didn't mean
The modern rogue makes a whiskey
I thought you meant
sour.
this. Okay.
Holy cow, back again with Trevor. Thank you so much for joining us. We are right now in an undisclosed location, a hidden secret bar, a peekaboo as they call them.
Yes.
That's disguised as another business somewhere in downtown. This thing's got a code that changes monthly, and you have to know somebody who knows somebody to get you in. How freaking cool is this? So much better. We know this guy.
Me. I like it. I like it. Today we're going to be doing a whiskey sour. Now, you have a recipe for this that I don't necessarily agree with that makes me kind of nervous.
Well, first of all, a whiskey sour could be something as crappy as a little bit of whiskey and some very sugary homemade sweet and sour sauce.
That's all I know it from. I've never had a proper whiskey sour.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm not talking about the stuff that comes in McDonald's cups. But what we could do is actually do a traditional whiskey sour, which requires an egg white. Now, some people are a little nervous about egg whites like they would be with sushi.
Right.
But there's a lot of alcohol in this drink. I think we'll be okay.
Oh, good. Yeah. Booze kills salmonella.
I mean, the good news is the booze kills the brain cells that would be thinking about the salmonella.
Okay, so the roots of the sour drink actually come from like seafaring days. People figured out that you could stave off scurvy with citrus. So they would give their sailors lemons and limes, which is why they call British limeys.
Limeys,
Yep.
yeah.
And to mask it, they would put rum in there and sugar
Wait, to
and stuff
mask
like
it?
that.
Wait, people hate limes that much?
Yeah, they were like the lime.
I'll not stand for this lime prejudice.
But that's where the term sour was birthed.
So a sour is any alcoholic drink that has some citrus in it.
Well, that's kind of dated. That's from like the 17th century or something like that. But that's a pretty good rule of thumb if it has like bitters in it and lots of citrus and things like that. Like this is one of the original cocktails. Originally, it wasn't even whiskey. They were on boats, so it was rum.
All right, let's find out how to make a proper whiskey sour.
Okay, what we're gonna do is we're gonna start with this tin first. We're gonna get a strainer out because we're gonna put fresh lemon juice in this. I'm gonna take a half lemon, and to get about a half ounce, you almost get an ounce of juice out of a lemon. So no special tools needed, you just need your hands. Let's be men here. Squeeze that in. We'll have that strainer there so it catches any seed or pulp and just get all that fresh juice out that you can. Next, we're gonna add our whiskey, which we're gonna do a 2-ounce pour. Today we're using Buffalo Trace, which is just a Kentucky straight bourbon whiskey. We're gonna use our jigger here. We're gonna fill this to the top. That's gonna pour right in. Some recipes will call for actual sugar or sugar cubes. It doesn't always break down well. I like to use the best sugar possible. Today we're gonna use heavy simple syrup though. And with a heavy simple, it's a 2-to-1 ratio instead of a 1-to-1 ratio.
Is Heavy Simple a brand or?
Heavy simple just means 2 parts sugar, 1 part water.
And this is pure cane sugar or
This is
corn
just
syrup?
granulated sugar here.
Got it, okay.
You can use an ounce if you like it to be really sweet. We're gonna use 3/4 of an ounce today, and that's gonna go right in there. Now, you will see different bartenders make this drink different ways. Some will actually dry shake. We don't put any ice in the tin to break up the protein with the alcohol. I'm actually going to get my egg white. Now, some will say, as a real bartender, you should be able to crack an egg and get the egg white out. Well, screw that, I don't have time for that.
Oh, so you're excusing your use of a strainer here.
Yes.
Why the egg though? What does that do?
These proteins, when it mixes with the alcohol, it actually sweetens it up, and it's pretty good. And I bought this cute little thing for $1.99, and it makes the job just so much faster, and you could actually save that egg yolk, but we're not going to today. Then I'm gonna cap this off, and I'm just gonna break up the protein in the egg with just a few shakes here. About 10 seconds. And you wanna keep it lateral. You wanna keep the air flowing in the same direction. And it just really helps break up that egg.
Makes it frothy.
And it's actually gonna froth up more once we put the alcohol in there. So we're gonna break that. We're gonna keep this. We don't wanna lose any of that egg. Take our strainer out, dump that. Mix the components. Now, we're gonna add our ice. Cap that again. And you really wanna give it a vigorous shake, because you really wanna break that protein up.
Weren't most or all of the last drinks that we did stirred?
Yes.
So now we're getting into into the shaking.
And that's because we've added citrus and proteins, and you really want to break those up, and the best way to do that is by shaking it, because you're never going to break up those proteins.
Well, and
by
it seems
stirring
like
it.
these are more potent flavors, so even if it does dilute with some of the water, it seems like we're gonna still get plenty of
Absolutely.
punch. Wow, that looks nothing like what I thought a whiskey sour was.
I don't think I've ever had a whiskey sour that looked like that.
You have never had a whiskey sour that tastes.
You've never
like
had a
this,
whiskey
yeah.
sour full stop, apparently.
For our fancy touches, we're going to use a maraschino cherry here. Voila.
All right, me first.
Yeah, I feel like you have to do the honors.
Is this gonna give me a whiskey sour mustache? Oh, that's good.
Yeah?
Yeah.
What's it like?
Smooth, a little creamy, just a little from the
egg
frothiness of the egg.
Yeah, that egg really adds a lot of texture to the drink, and you'll notice how thick the drink actually is.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, you don't even notice that whiskey until the aftertaste.
Yeah, that is completely different from any other whiskey sour that I've had. In fact, I read that in a lot of places when they add the egg, they call it a Boston sour to differentiate it because everybody really thinks that the other one is just whiskey plus sour.
Yeah, that they had at a frat party once.
Exactly.
So we had 2 ounces of whiskey, we had 3/4 of an ounce of heavy simple syrup. We took half a lemon and strained it, and we put just the egg whites of a single egg. You shake side to side, make sure to break up all the proteins, add ice, shake it all up, and you're good.
It sounds complicated at first, but then when you break it down like that, it's really easy.
I mean, let's face facts. That's the reason we make these videos, is so we don't have to remember. We could just, I know where to YouTube it.
Yes, exactly. I just text you, Brian, whiskey sour, please. Siri, make Brian tell me how to make a whiskey sour. Siri, call Trever.
Look, guys, you love the modern rogue. You want to be a modern rogue. Well, you got to look classy. You got to take care of your body. Now, me, I got a weird neck. That's right, I said it. I got hair that grows every which way. And when you try to shave it, you got to shave one way, the other way. I need fresh razors. I would go get more fresh razors, except for every time I go to the grocery store, they treat me like a criminal, which is why I'm so stoked that the Modern Rogue is partnered with Dollar Shave Club. Look, you get a great shave, you get great razors, and you're not breaking the bank. How's that for a nutty idea? In fact, if you head on over to dollarshaveclub.com/rogue, we have our own exclusive deal. You get yourself some of their amazing shave butter, and you get a free month of the Executive. And once you feel the smooth, buttery goodness, not actual butter, you're gonna be in love with it, you're gonna sign up, and then you're gonna be keeping us in business. One more time, shave time, shave money, head on over to dollarshaveclub.com/rogue.